I think she'd have been safer if she left the baby at home with a gas stove running and a book of matches in his crib.
All right, so there is one more video, and I did not want to put this one up at first, and I still may come back and edit this out, truthfully, but there's one more video, and you're going to see real quick why I wouldn't want to show it. It angers me, probably more than the other one. You know, okay, here's the authorities. They're running after, this is one of my guys are filming, but look, this is women, man.
Oh, wow.
That is a woman.
Wow.
I don't care. Indian government come after me. They come at me with that stick. If you hit my lady with that stick,
They just going ape shit with the stick on
but
the
look,
people.
man, he hit.
Yeah.
I may not even play this stuff on the air because I don't know how.
No, I think the people need.
Should
to
we leave
know.
it on?
The people need to know what's going on.
Well, maybe to bring the awareness, and I'm okay with bringing the awareness.
Yeah. People need to know because
I'm angry.
We're so distracted and
angry.
inundated by newsreels telling us how bad the virus is here in America and spreading fear. I think they're spreading fear.
That's, the corona affecting everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what everyone has stories. How's it affecting Atlanta right now?
We're on lockdown.
Lockdown as in, give me a detail or two.
Lockdown means that we're not supposed to be leaving our residence unless we are going to the grocery store to get gas or medicine from the pharmacy.
And how would that be enforced?
If
If you got pulled over, what would be his?
my fiance has an email from her company that says she's essential.
Okay, but let's say, how would they know? I mean, how are they going to pull you over and say, "Hey, I just want to check, see where you're going, and I'm going to, if you say the wrong thing, might take you to jail or fine you."
There is a fine. That's exactly how they.
But how will they know to pull you over? Because you might be. Well, they have to follow you to see where you're going, and if you get out at Starbucks rather than.
Well, Starbucks closes at 8, so.
There's those Starbucks is only essential for a while. Okay, what about? I don't know. Let's just say
everything closes at 8. Everything closes at 8.
What about strip clubs?
So the strip clubs are doing virtual lap dances. You pay $20 for a membership with Magic City.
You know this. You sound like you really know what you're talking about. You've already researched.
There is a Magic City IG that posts more information.
Did not expect that.
Suggest you go to IG. And
all right, you get way on. I'm going to stop it at strippers. I'm going to go back to contractors. Let's talk about how could you imagine this could affect a contractor? And we're going to have some on the air coming so that we can share their personal experiences and learn exactly what they're going through. But what do you imagine? What would you think would be a possible setback?
A possible setback, just from what I know about the economy, I would imagine supply and demand.
Absolutely.
I was just talking about the price elasticity and the aggregate supply and demand curve last night with my sister, and I was trying to explain to her why. She said it was price gouging.
Yeah.
And I told her it's not price gouging.
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
Got it.
So you tell me, how is this supply and demand, this dying, dried up economy that we just had to do a $2 trillion shot in the arm just to keep it on life support?
We'll see how long that takes. That shot might have some delayed effects. But
how have you been affected with the COVID-19?
For myself?
And the construction how has it affected the construction industry?
Well, I mean, and I just pulled this up right now as we talk, is the National Association of Home Builders. This was it's actually posted today in a critical development for NAHB. So the Department of Homeland Security, this is reported by NAHB. So the Department of Homeland Security designated construction, single-family, and multifamily housing as essential business infrastructure. So yes, this is going to be.
So they can still go to work every day.
Yes.
Good.
And that's interesting stuff. I mean, and that's great. We want to see people.
Home starts and home buying is one of the economic indicators for.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the the rise and fall of the economy.
Yeah.
We're on a crest. And that is true, and that's a good indicator. So yeah, if this continues, obviously the economy will be good. And
that'll be good.
which we're gonna get into this when we have some guests coming in. But how do you feel about social distancing if they're still going to the job site?
Well, technically,
Considered essential, so it's legal.
well, I mean,
Stick with that.
why don't you look in the camera and tell our viewers what you think about social distancing, and then I'll answer your
Okay.
question.
All right. And let me remind you again, we've got a guest coming up that I haven't told you all about him yet. I'm going to hold this back. I mean, been in the industry 40 years. Very powerful words. He's. I like the guy. I can't wait to have him on the show. I just would love to hear how everyone's going to feel about his side and the way he talks about the coronavirus and particularly social distancing and stopping the industry. He's a big pusher for the industry to continue. And without having to get into it too much and spoil it for the show upcoming with him on there, but he's not a big fan of social distancing. So, I would think if it's considered essential, you can distance yourself on a job site. You don't have to work right on top of one. And you guys may have to help out each other, but keep your, be kissing each other. Just keep your distance, and I can see pushing through it. Don't shut down a job site. No, I think you shouldn't. Say if you're using a black box forum, you got your safety guys at home. Mm-hmm. They can follow the projects. They can call out on safety. They can even post it. It's even documented what they've done. Just type it in the dialogue box. Hey, need leading edge protecting on that. Take a picture of this so I can see if you got everything. Safety can manage from a distance with this. And the PM follows the content. Say he needs, hey, I need to see from the plumbers today. Type it in. Hey, plumbers, I need, show me your progress. And it pops up in the project, just like social media. And then the plumber hopefully would respond with, if he's doing his job, he's going to respond to that. So yeah, social distancing, job site management, you can still do from a distance right now. And platforms like the Black Box Forum or Contractors, it's what it's built for.
Speaking of social distance and the effects that the virus has had on Atlanta, when you go into stores like Dollar General or the post office,
yes,
or at McDonald's, will only allow one person to enter the building at a time.
That's right. They let anyone in at all.
They a lot of businesses are not. They when you go to the store, they have red tape on the floor, and red tape is
marking your standing section.
You stand at the red line.
Yeah, I get that.
Check out.
I get that. I was saddened today when I went into a store. And of course, they're wiping everybody down as you go inside. But I was just upset to see this one lady pushing around an infant in the buggy. You think I'm risking my babies?
I think you were the one that told me earlier that Chicago's first infant, the nation's first infant.
Yeah. Passed away. I mean, it might not be the first. It might be, but it's definitely the first that I've heard reported.
Yeah.
And
that lady in the store.
I just think of it.
I would have called defects on her. Like,
well, I know the thought was, hey, I'm trying to keep my distance from everybody. She pushes that buggy remarkably close to me, only for me to see that she's got an infant inside. I was unhappy to see that.
That was reckless. That was irresponsible.
I tried to say it's none of my business, and it is none of my business, but I wouldn't have done that, and I would never. Yeah. I wouldn't. Now maybe there's a situation where she absolutely had to. I don't still.
I think she'd have been safer if she left the baby at home with a gas stove running and a book of matches in his crib. and you're in Atlanta.
I've been in Walmart in months, and then the one time I go in, and I get an upset story. But yeah,
in Atlanta.
Yep.
Where the cases are high up here.
Yes.
Cases are very high in Atlanta.
Exactly. I mean.
And she played Russian roulette with her baby.
I don't like to see stuff like that. I can only think of it.